So a few more consumers are taking their insurance companies to task. The short-term insurance ombudsman's office says it resolved complaints worth 119 million rand in favour of consumers last year. The office offers a free service to consumers seeking to resolve disputes with motor and household insurance insurers, among others. 1 out of 3 decisions made by those insurers was overturned. Well, to discuss, we're now joined by the Ombudsman, Jooste. Thank you for joining us, Dennis. You say the benefits of your office are very clear, but it doesn't sound like there's a mess out there. You received more than 9,000 claims, but that, I understand, only 3 out of 1,000 claims lands up at your office. So does that paint a good picture of our insurance industry?
Well, I think it could be argued that it does, because of every 1,000 claims received by short-term insurers, of those 1,000 claims, only 3 end up as complaints at the office of the Ombudsman. This is the 2nd year that we've been publishing statistics relating to insurers. And it's interesting to see that number of 3 out of 1,000 has remained constant over the last 2 years.
Aren't consumers becoming more and more aware of their rights? I would expect that number to go up.
I think there are a number of factors which contribute to consumers becoming more mindful of their rights, their contractual rights. Consumer education, of course, is a function which we involve ourselves in together with our colleagues. But recently the Financial Services Board has embarked on what is known as the Treating Customers Fairly initiative. And while it's early days, I suspect that this is gaining traction and is having an influence in 2 ways. One is to influence insurers to be fairer and more reasonable in the settlement of claims, and secondly, raising the awareness of consumers as to their rights in terms of insurance policies.
Okay, let's get to how our insurers are behaving. So 1 in 3 complaints that lands up at your office is overturned. I understand that at one stage you were at least thinking about naming and shaming the insurance companies that were often getting it wrong or kicking out complaints that they shouldn't have. What happened to that?
Well, we do, in our annual report released earlier today, analyze the complaints received against each and every one of our 55 member insurers. Those statistics are now in the public domain. The range of complaints per 1,000 at the upper end is 19 complaints per 1,000. That's the highest number.
Can you name the company? Who are the villains? Who should we avoid? I guess well, it's fair. It's just stats that are out there.
Yes, the statistics are out there. The statistics have got to be really approached with a great deal of caution, because of course the larger insurers attracting more claims will attract more complaints to our office, but the insurers which have attracted the largest number of complaints per 1,000 would be ACE Insurance Company and Lloyd's are the top 2. But
very, very quickly, we're running out of time. Is that somewhere where you should go and look before deciding on an insurance company? Do you think it helps?
You know, the statistics are there to be interpreted by the people as they deem fit. But certainly I'm not going to go on record to say that because those two last year just happened to have the highest number of complaints per thousand are bad insurers. Far from it. Next year it may be somebody else. Those are very short-term pictures. If you look at the performance over 10 years, you may well get a different conclusion.
At least they know that their performance is being watched.
Yes.
We appreciate your time. I'm sorry I have to cut it there. That was the short-term insurance ombudsman, Dennis Jooste.